Welcome back to my channel. I've got an exciting tutorial for you today. It's this netted side phone bag. I'm using milk cotton yarn, and then I've got a 6mm hook, and then I've got my scissors. For this phone pouch, you'll need to create 2 of these panels, which we stitch together in the end. I went ahead and created 1 panel off camera, and I'll show you how to do another one now. To start, we're going to make a slip knot. You'll have your own way of doing this, but I'll show you mine. So I pinch my yarn and I twist it like this. So the shorter end, as you can see here, should be overlapping the longer end on here. Now, get your fingers from underneath and pull the longer end through like this. This creates our slip knot, so we can now start. We're going to make 17 chains. To make a chain, you grab the yarn and then you pull through the loop. Again, you grab the yarn and you pull through the loop. We call this a chain. I've now made 2 chains, so I need to make 15 more. I'm nearly at the end. I'm just going to do my last chain right here. So after that last chain, we're going to make our first half double crochet. So I'll show you on here. This end bit here is a half double crochet. To do this, we're going to wrap the yarn around our hook, like so. We're going to skip the first 2 chains here, 1, 2. We go into the third one here, so put your hook into there. Yarn over and pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, and then what you'll do is yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So let me show you that again. Yarn over and put your hook through the next chain. Yarn over again and pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. It should look like this. So again, do your half double crochet in the next chain. And you should, by the end of this row, have a total of 15. So here I'm just continuing to do my half double crochets until I reach the end of the row. I've now finished my row and I have 15 half double crochets. Also, remember not to count the first 2 chains you did as a half double crochet. This is just a build-up stitch that we did. So now we're going to start row number 2. This one is going to be a different pattern. So let me show you on my panel. We did this first row here. Now we're doing the second row. To start a new row, we're going to make 2 chains, 1 and 2. So every new row, we're going to start with 2 chains. Turn your work, and we're going to put our first half double crochet into this first chain space here. We're going to chain 1 because we're skipping 1 chain. So chain 1. As you can see here, I'm going to skip this one and do my next half double crochet in the space next to it. So here you can see I've skipped 1 and I'm doing my half double crochet. So for every chain we're skipping, we're making a chain at the top. This is to make sure our work stays straight and it doesn't curl up. We're just going to repeat these steps for the rest of the row. So I'll chain 1. I'm going to skip 1 and I'll make my half double crochet in the chain next to it. And again, we're going to chain 1 and do another half double crochet. So we skipped 1 and I'm doing my half double crochet in the one after. And you'll see after this that a box pattern starts to form. It's looking quite nice. So go ahead and continue till you reach the end of the row. Over here, I finished my first netted row. And now we're going to add another row of these. So every time we do 2 chains, 1, 2, and then we turn our work. After that, we're going to make our first half double crochet in the first chain space right here. So I'm going to do that. And then after my half double crochet, I'm going to make 1 chain. So now I go back to the same pattern we did for row 1, make 1 chain, skip 1, and make another half double crochet after that space. Make 1 chain, skip 1, and make another half double crochet after that space. So the boxes should align on top of each other for this pattern to look nice and consistent. So this pattern is pretty much it. We're going to keep building our rows like this. So in total, by the end of this, I'm going to have 11 rows, including my first half double crochet row. So now we're at the end of row 2 and I need to add my last half double crochet in. So I'm just going to chain 1. And as you can see from the last round, we have a half double crochet in our first chain 2 that we did. What I'm going to do is skip the half double crochet and go to the second chain over here and make my half double crochet there. Doing this will make sure that we have straight edges for both our panels. Go ahead and repeat this till you have 11 rows or a desired length. And to save some time on this video, I'm going to skip to the end where I show you how to make your rows of half double crochet at the end. So as you can see here, this is the bit I'm going to show you how to do now. So our last row, we're going to start with 2 chains as usual. So 1, 2, and then we're going to turn our work. And then we're going to make our first half double crochet in the first chain. And then as we're not skipping any, your second half double crochet will go into this space here. And your next half double crochet will go on top of the half double crochet from the row below. And then your next half double crochet will go into the space next to that. And the next one will go on top of the half double crochet from the row below. And the next one in the chain space next to that. So for this last row, this is all you're going to do. You're going to make a half double crochet in each space. I'm going to do a bit more of this row and I'll show you how we finish this row. We've reached the end here, and as you can see, I've got a half double crochet and the 2 chain space. So my last half double crochet will go into the 2 chains. So I'm going to skip the half double crochet here. This is to make sure our edges stay nice and straight. So what I've done is just shown you the start, the middle, and the end. So the bit I've done is this top part here. So off camera, I did go ahead and make both of my panels. When we're putting these together, make sure these boxes align. We want the pattern to look nice. So before I start sewing together, I've nicely aligned them together. I'm going to get my hook and my yarn, and we're going to start putting these together. So I'm just over here making sure that the stitches align. So I've got my chains here and my chains at the back. So I'm going to put that together and then put my hook through the first set of chains. I'm going to get my yarn, pull that through and create a single crochet. Again, create another single crochet in the chain next to that. After that, we move into this box space. So as you can see here, there's a box. This is where we did our half double crochet to end. So you'll see in the front panel, I've got my 2 chains, but in the back panel, I've got my 2 chains and a half double crochet. So we're just going to go through the chains and not through the half double crochet. So I've put my hook through the chains, creating my single crochet, and then I'm going to do that again, create another single crochet in the same space. Then we're going to move to another box space, so align your panels together and then do 2 single crochets like we did over here as well. Again, we get to the next box, I'm going to align it, and then I'll put 2 single crochets through the chains. So that's my first one, and then my second one. When you get to the end here of your half double crochets, you're going to add an extra chain to make a nice rounded edge, and then you'll continue with your single crochets. So as you can see, I've got a nice round edge here. So creating your single crochets here will be quite straightforward as we've got the chain guidelines. So all you're going to do is align them and create a single crochet through each of these, through the front and then through the back. I'm going to create my first single crochet. So put my hook through the first chain here and the back chain, pull through and pull the yarn through both of my hooks. And I'm going to repeat this for this entire row. So go ahead and do your row as well, and I'm going to meet you towards the end when I've finished joining these sides together. Okay, so I've finished sewing all the sides together. I've got the bottom, the sides, and I've left a little opening as well. And now what we're going to do is add our straps. I haven't cut any of my yarn off yet. Okay, so to make the strap, we're going to use 2 ends. So usually there's an end inside the middle of the ball. So let me explain a bit better with this new ball of yarn. You get the end over here, and then inside the yarn as well, there's another end as well. So what you're going to do is find that. You're going to need both of these ends, so pull that out of your yarn ball, and I've created a strap already to show you what this one will look like. This is the look we're going to achieve with what I'm about to show you. I'm making sure to pull enough yarn through so I can complete my straps. I'm pulling it from the inside. I'm going to pull a bit extra to make sure I don't fall short of yarn. And I'll cut my yarn when I'm happy with how much I have. I've doubled my yarn for a thicker strap, and I'm going to make a slip knot. Okay, and when I've done that, I'm going to place that down for now. I'm going to go back to my pouch and put my hook through this loop, and then wrap the yarn around my finger. I'm going to grab the strap yarn and put my hook through that. What we're going to do now is pretty straightforward. We're going to make a chain and then wrap the yarn around our hook and then make another chain. Again, I'm going to wrap the yarn, make a chain, wrap the yarn, and make a chain. You're going to keep repeating this until you have a desired length for your strap. I'm going to keep mine fairly short, so I'll stop talking for now and I'll meet you at the end when I'm closer to completing my strap. Also for this yarn here, I'll show you how to weave it in at the end, so don't worry about it too much for now. When you've got your desired length, we're going to attach it to our pouch in the corner over here. When you put your hook through, you'll have one thread here, and then you'll have the other two from the strap. So what we're going to do is create a single crochet, but get all three of these and pull them through like so. Now with all three, create your single crochet. You can also do this another way if you want. So put your hook through the corner, bring through all three, and you could just pull it through the loop itself like so. Once it's attached, we're going to cut our excess yarn off. I'm going to do that now, and then once I've done that, I'm just going to wrap it around my yarn and pull it through. Now to hide these ends, what I'll do is put my hook through the edges here and pull these extra yarn threads through. I'm just repeating it until I can hide all of these threads. Let's move on to the other side, and I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to weave this excess yarn in. And there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Our pouch is now complete. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more of these tutorials in the future.